The biggest issue is that what people think a lot about is this what I'm feeling real? Or am I imagining it? Maybe I'm not depressed, maybe I'm not anxious, maybe it's something else. What causes depression is that in a person's brain, their capacity to process information, that is, their thinking, is very, very slow. In contrast to that, anxiety, for example, is the other way around, is that a person has too much capacity in a sense, and that they have a lot of power, but they're not, in a sense, in control of that. And so their brain is running very, very fast, and so they have a sense of anxiety.
Targeted TMS is transcranial magnetic stimulation, and it's a way of using an electromagnet, which produces a magnetic field, to alter the electrical patterns in the patient's brain and puts them back to normal for that patient.
The actual procedure itself will take no longer than half an hour to 3/4 of an hour, and you'll have maybe between somewhere in the region of 5 to 10 sessions. And our experience is that there are very, very few side effects. And TMS is recommended by NICE, that is the National Institute for Care Excellence, as a safe treatment.
The first time I realised I was suffering was approximately 14 years ago. I was very busy. I was working around the country, flying from port to port, working on different vessels. I drove back from Liverpool one night and just burst into tears. Something wasn't right. I wasn't able to cope. At first I felt ashamed that I wasn't able to cope. I wasn't a real man, and I should be able to burden all of the difficulties that I was carrying on my own shoulders. I felt isolated, I felt weak, and I felt physically and emotionally exhausted. In 2017, I had a period of anxiety and depression, so I decided to try doing some triathlons. And in 2017, I did a sprint triathlon, an Olympic triathlon, and a half Ironman. I've gone through a recent episode of anxiety and depression, which stopped me from training, to be honest. At its worst, depression and anxiety forces you to lose all value in life. You become physically exhausted. The mind never stops. It's a barrage of automatic negative thoughts. Over the years, I've tried many different types of treatment to remedy my depression and anxiety. I've tried many talking therapies. I've also tried many different types of medication. In a sense, these treatments tend to strike me as being a bit of an estimate, a bit of a guess of what's wrong. When I went for my mental health assessment and they were able to provide me with a 3D image of my brain, I then realised that the targeted transcranial magnetic stimulation, or the TMS, was focused on the particular areas of my brain that were not functioning as they should be. And that gave me a real sense of encouragement that for once the treatment would be actually targeted at the specific areas of my brain that weren't correctly functioning. I found this quite therapeutic and closed my eyes and relaxed and took myself to a nice place. Following the targeted TMS, the initial few sessions, I was able to get up, get training, and drove down to London on my own, competed in the London Triathlon, which is the biggest triathlon in the world, possibly something that I wouldn't have been able to do before. The targeted TMS. I would advise anybody that's suffering with anxiety or depression to open up and talk to somebody about it. That can be a lifesaver.
You can find out more information on our website, TranQuality.com, or call us directly to arrange a free consultation with one of our clinicians.